Hi, Carlos. Thanks for getting back to me so quickly with your next essays. Well done writing them and really good work on the corrections. So I don't go over your corrections again, but I promise you I do read them. And if there's anything major, I will let you know. But well done on getting that done. It's a good way to sort of kind of feel happy about your improvements, hopefully. So this next essay is about the Olympics. Really interesting, isn't it? So do you agree or disagree? So sports competitions have been part of human societies for centuries. Some sports experts, now I've said here, to avoid repeating sport, I've said or suggested professional commentators debate the relevance of the Olympics in the 21st century. In this essay, I'll argue why this event is still, you could say, maybe one of the most important sports demonstrations, maybe exhibitions. Demonstration has a little negative connotation. We think of people on the streets sort of arguing. Exhibitions in the world. And then you need to put this bit using examples from the UK and Brazil. Okay. To begin with, there's ample evidence that global competitions have had. I'd use a past perfect here. It's a nice chance to show off because we don't use that very often, and I think it works. Positive economic results for all the countries concerned. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, the host country receives an exorbitant amount of visitors. Okay, exorbitant sounds critical. So you could have an enormous, I know it's not a very high level word, or you could have significant, which is better. Amount of visitors who, so relative clause, who for people, spend money on accommodation, food, shopping, and tourism. Activating, yeah, nice, or then maybe better stimulating, because it's active already, hopefully, stimulating the local economy. Secondly, the visiting countries invest in their domestic sports teams and through adequate merchandising motivate their citizens, their own citizens, you should have, citizens to spend money on goods and services related to the event. That's a very interesting point. For example, when London hosted the Olympics in 2012, their economy grew 10% compared to the previous year. That seems a bit high to me. I would go 3% or 5%. 10 is a significant number. Thus, it's possible to state beyond doubt that the Olympics, always need the, are still important for economies in, yes, for, yes, I'm going to say host and, sorry, for both host and local. Just to kind of reinforce your point there. Very good argument. That's really interesting. I hadn't really thought about it having a good impact on domestic economies, but that's really interesting. I'm a little bit worried in this paragraph that you just are going to contradict everything you've said there. So I think you should shift this argument slightly. So, however, the evolution of technology has shifted the participation of the audience in these major events. The number of people watching the Olympics on TV or on the internet has dramatically increased, causing host countries to receive less visitors. Okay, but here you've just said they've got more visitors. You could put here over the past 4 years if you want to. I think you're just getting a little bit too technical almost. It is less visitors and consequently not having the expected economic impact. Brazil hosted the 2016 Olympics and heavily invested in infrastructure, but the amount of visitors was 35% lower than expected. Hence, some may argue it's losing interest. Okay, that's a very interesting comment. I think that's very interesting, and I like that argument. But maybe you should be saying that maybe rather than talking about viewers on the, I'm just worried. Do you see what I mean? I think you're just contradicting what you've just said, unless you're quite careful with it. Maybe you'd be better saying that the setup cost is enormous. So using words like construction, infrastructure, building program, in order to build the technical stadiums that are needed to host these games is a huge, huge amount of money. And if you don't get the right visitors in, you're never going to pay it back. So you're going to end up in debt. So it might be an easier argument for that paragraph. Or you say, there are not so many viewers on the Olympics because we have FIFA and I don't know, other kind of world events that people like watching instead. For me, that paragraph needs a little bit of clarification. So maybe just rewrite that paragraph. From the arguments and examples given, I strongly believe the Olympics is a global, maybe sports competition that is still important to support and support and grow economies. What is support? You can't support and grow economies. That is still relevant. You could have supporting and growing, but you can't have important to support and important to grow. It doesn't quite work. So relevant to supporting and growing economies all around the world would be okay. Although certain statistics indicate a lower numbers of visitors or lower tourist participation, maybe the growth in technological infrastructure to be able to enjoy them from different locations cannot be overstated. Okay, so this links back to your technology argument. So maybe just develop this a little bit then. It can be predicted that in the next 20 years, these events may be held in multiple host countries with the help of technological breakthrough. That's a very interesting conclusion. I hadn't thought about that. Very interesting. Carlos, I think you've done a really good job here. I like how you've made it work within the model in that module you've watched, module 3. For me, this layout of essay is really good. It's much easier to follow. Hopefully you feel that the algorithm that Ben talks you through is a good way to work. And so most of your next essays will probably be based on this format. And well done. Really, really good there. I'm not picking up much, so that's really, really good. Okay, letter of apology. I'm writing to you regarding my absence from the economics exam last Friday. Your name, student number, typo there, case number down. I deeply apologise. We normally would use sincerely. Apologise for not informing you about my situation on time. I felt sick the day before the exam and had to spend the night at the hospital due to a typhoid diagnosis. Oh my goodness. Since I arrived at the hospital as an emergency, we would say. Arrived at hospital, you want. As an emergency, I did not take into consideration to bring either my cell phone or my computer. Yeah, don't worry, it's a frequent mistake, but either or. My computer, because you've already got the negative verb here, so you don't need more negatives, and could not log into university portal to submit the evidence of my diagnosis. Okay, yeah, we've got on time twice. You could have there and then. It's a quite nice expression which means the same thing. I live by myself in Albion and do not have any family that could have helped me, because we're referring back to what happened in the past. Could have helped me. That's very nice grammar. To communicate with you immediately. As evidence of my situation, I'm attaching to this letter my doctor's proof indicating diagnosis, the date I went in and out, as well as his medical advice to rest and be at home to avoid any contagion. This is excellent, really, really good. I'd ask you to consider the possibility of allowing. We need ing. Me to take the exam outside of the regular dates, or give me a project to deliver by which I'd be graded. Okay, nice. On which. That's a nice suggestion. Thank you for considering my suggestion. Yes, I hope. Okay, thank you for considering my suggestion. Yes, okay, nice. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Yours sincerely. Okay, perfect. Carlos, very, very good letter. Take the opportunity here to show off different tenses, and then I'm just suggesting a few little, just an alternative there instead of on time. Quite nice idiomatic English, but still formal enough for the tone that you want. You've absolutely done what you had to do, and I think this is very good. Well done. Oh, sorry, I corrected it. That was wrong. There you go. Really good. I like that. Keep going on the course. Well done. Thank you so much.